tables. Tables are a problem with our learners. There's all this information thrown at them and they don't know what to do with it. So here are a few things that we can help train our learners. They need to ask these questions. What are the independent and dependent variables? How are the rows and columns related? Are there any general formula I can apply to the data? And based on the information given, is it a quick and easy thing that I can quickly fill in any missing values? So they need to pull the table apart into the different sections. So in this section, pencils and highlighters are their best friends. Let's have a look at break-even tables. So this table was taken from the NSC 2020 paper, Alice Photography Business. We have the number of photographs and the income and expenses. So your learner, they need to learn to annotate their table. So when I say pencils are important, they often try and relate to dependent variables. They often try and say, how is my income related to my expenses? Well, it's not, because often they don't realize that there are two graphs on one. So what we need to do is, I say to them, take the row that we're not looking at and cover it with your pencil. Okay, so what you need to do is label, okay, the number of photographs is my independent variable. My income is my dependent variable. Cover the expenses. I'm not looking at it right now. Then, hopefully, they know their section well enough that if they have 0 photographs sold, they're going to get 0 income. So they need to then look at, if I sell 25 photographs, what is the relationship? Well, almost intuitively, the number of photographs I sell times by the selling price would give me the income. That's a general formula that they can construct themselves. And then by substituting, Bob's your uncle, they get 20 Rand, and it's easy to fill in the missing value. So we need to train them to do that. In data tables, obviously look a little bit different, a lot of information. So this was taken, a snippet from one of our books, and it shows the relationship between South African exports of agricultural and other products. So how should your learner interpret this? Again, remember, pencils, highlighters, best friends. So what they could do is they highlight the here, and any question that is related to here, they would highlight the entire row. Then the different columns obviously represent different things. So in the first column, we've got the total income generated by the South African export. Now I'm sure you're wondering why she got baskets and fruit in this. My experience is that learners, again, understand familiar things, and I often used to use a fruit basket when teaching because they can visualize it. So when you're talking about totals, I would say, okay, my fruit basket, it's got apples, it's got pears, it's got grapes in it. It's the total income. Then if they look at the next column, it's the income generated only by agricultural exports. So it's a fraction of that income. So in the analogy of a fruit basket, in this column, they're only looking at one particular element, say, for example, the apple. And then if we look at our third column, it's the percentage of the total income earned by agriculture. So again, they can construct a general formula just to interpret it, to understand the information and make the connection. So the percentage is equal to the agricultural income over the total times by 100%. And then, should the question say, what is the income generated by agricultural exports in 2003? They would highlight the year, they would highlight the column, and the overlapping cell is obviously the answer. However, we need to also stress to our learners that units are important. So have a look, it's not just that value. That value is in millions of rands. Okay. So in this next slide, this is the class exercise that you're welcome to do. Here you can see it's this table that we've pulled apart, and they can answer the questions and then draw the graph. So that's a nice class exercise to do. And I've included the answers so that it makes your life easier, and I'm sure they also would like to get immediate feedback, and again, use it to track your informal assessments.
If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook to stay on top of the latest TAS news and launches. So that's it for now from the Answer Series, your key to exam success.